Alright, cool. Welcome back, everybody, to, I guess, me and Blaze casting again, and Blaze casting again. We're going to be doing Starladder Season 11 for you guys, this one match before, I guess, Mock comes back. And it'll be PowerRangers taking on HellRaisers, a very intense match between these two European powerhouses. In, I guess what would say would be the Tier 2 aspect, but I think these teams are just a little bit better than that. Either way, how you doing, Blaze?
Doing pretty good, man. Looking forward to this match here. Yeah, I would definitely say these guys fall well within the range of like tier 1.5. Like they're the tier 2 teams that can absolutely destroy a tier 1 team on the right day. So don't want to underestimate them on either side. But I think this is probably one of the more even matchups you'll get out of Starladder Europe. So really excited to see what happens in this best of one here. And yeah, of course, apologies to the viewers who did not get to check out the previous game, X Game versus Vega Squadron. Unfortunately, the casting duo that was going to be covering that one had an emergency, and we were obviously covering I-League at the time. So now we're here. Now we're covering at least for a game or two, and then we'll switch it back over to Mott. But looking at this draft here, HellRaisers, Gorek is going to be drafting it up for them, and he definitely likes to kind of go for a good tempo lineup, able to kind of spread the map, control things, and take objectives. He likes to push, sometimes running off-lane Jakiros and stuff like that to really capitalize on the fact that they have some really good support players. But anyways, PowerRangers, on the other hand, they go for a lot of varied strats. A lot of pressure put on Ditya Rod to perform on the carry in general, but he plays a wide variety, so it's hard to tell what they're going to be bringing to the draft outright. I think that's why HellRaisers are so contemplative about this first ban. They ban out the Wisp just to make sure that that wasn't going to be coming out. J4 has pulled out some amazing things on the hero in the past, but it's going to be Vengeful Spirit opener, and that's a hard one to beat.
Yeah, indeed. I mean, after what we just saw from I-League, just a swap out of the Roshan pit with a reveal from the Wave of Terror and just a steal of the Aegis. I mean, honestly, who wouldn't want to play Vengeful Spirit just about every game? But, you know, it's just she's become such a great pick. I mean, she's always been really useful, but she's been getting minor buffs and stuff. And now people are like, all right, let's finally commit to first picking her. She's got a nice stun, nice swap for the ultimate. And she can transition into a carry role if it actually does get to that point. So it's rare that you'll ever see a support Vengeful Spirit be able to fully convert into a carry, but it can happen. So yeah, there's some versatility in that aspect.
Yep. As far as like major picks right now, Nahaz actually just tweeted out a really cool list of like for this month the top heroes: Ogre, Venge, Jakiro, Skywrath. No surprise, all in the top 4. But I find it really interesting that Venge actually has, despite being a slightly lower pick rate, a 6.8% win rate higher than the Ogre there. So a nice little point of leverage there as far as just winning games, not just being very formidable as far as the pick goes, but actually following them through. Really good at all stages of the game, and that's really important. But the Skywrath does slip through, and he is going to be comboed up with the Doom here. So a double silence lineup, essentially, with the Doom ultimate negating spells from one hero and the Skywrath negating spells from another. There's a lot of potential for people to be picked apart, but they are lacking hard control. They have slows, but they do not have the big stunts.
I mean, give them a silencer and give them a death prophet, and you're good to go. So we'll have just 20 seconds of silence in total. There we go. I would love to see that composition come to effect, but then again, like you said, hard CC not there. You could go for Yules, like just mass Yule spam, but meh, it's just not really that effective. So let's see what PowerRangers want to pick up for their side. I mean, Vengeful Spirit's already a powerful enough pick in itself. If you pair it with something like a Dro or a Visage, you know, you're going to get the Familiars hitting harder, you're going to get the Visage hitting harder. And you can finish up your support picks with the Visage too. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if they went for a carry, maybe an Ember Spirit. They synergize pretty well. ET could be picked up too, you know, put him in the off lane. Wouldn't be too bad.
I think a Lycan would be really strong as well.
Yes.
I mean, just getting the ability to just chew through towers quickly, the aura will help him out quite a bit. And it's not like Doom or Skywrath has the control to really prevent him from doing anything he wants to. Still going to be able to use his shapeshift at full speed. But the Death Prophet is going to be the hero of choice. Exorcism plus Wave of Terror, quite substantial, as long as he can survive. So Death Prophet going for the early Yule Scepter will keep him alive against the Skywrath initiation, and it might even force out a Doom. So overall, a really solid pick, but doesn't give too much away from their draft. They're obviously going to have the solo mid, Death Prophet, the support Venge, and from there they could take it a lot of different directions.
And they ban away the puck too, so they want to get rid of more silence, and they want to get rid of more initiation tools. Was a hard lockdown with that that coil. They're forced to sit back and not really break it. They ban out the Drow, so Power Rangers could have gone for that too, since they already are all ranged. So would have fit into the composition pretty well. I gotta say though, with the Prophet, they could set up for a really good push comp. Like you said, the Lycan is still available. They could still go for Visage if they really wanted to. I mean, they need a good initiation tool as well for their composition still. They need a good another good support to go with the Vengeful besides the swap and his own stun. So I'm excited to see what they pick up for it. They banned away the Slark too, as Slark's just really strong against these supports.
Yeah. The one thing to note is that there is a lot of potential for physical damage to come out, so anybody that can really enhance that aspect. Obviously, the Elder Titan is still in the pool. Witch Doctor is okay, though Doom and Skywrath can sometimes give him some difficulties. I kind of have a mixed opinion on that, because obviously the Voodoo Restoration is really good against the Doom, but if you don't get your Death Ward off, then you just don't feel like you're really doing as much as you could with that hero. So yeah, I'd say probably going more along the lines of something more direct there. That the ET seems really good if PR have a support player that can manage that, and I know they have some really talented supports. But right now, at least the Drow, the Lycan are going to get banned out because they are afraid of that Visage combo. Visage without the Drow or without the Lycan, he's an okay pick, but he's not ideal.
I wouldn't be surprised if we saw like a Witch Doctor from the Power Ranger side, or like a Void pick. I'm surprised Void really hasn't been snatched up just yet, but prioritization of the higher tier supports and a good mid lane, but Void would fit really well with Vengeful, and then you put the Doctor as well as a secondary pick to him, and you got the Death Ward and the Sphere going along, and so you're set up for a really good composition, and you could push pretty well with that too. But HellRaisers, what else do they to go for? They already have about like 20 seconds of silences, so that aspect is pretty much covered already.
Yep, well, they have 4 seconds left to decide. They've been really tuning into the reserve time. They go for the Sand King here. SK Skywrath, very strong early, and it's one of Dread's favorite support combos. So if you can't get the Ogre, the Sand King is a nice subset, but the Beastmaster possibly going to the off lane here. I have seen support Beastmaster, not really been a fan of it, but it is there. And yeah, just getting some good hard control. I mean, hell, even the knockback effect from the Promo can be very frustrating to deal with, and SK definitely isn't guaranteed epicenters this game. They can scout them out with the Hawk, and they can even just throw a wave of terror his direction and could cancel a Blink Dagger. So the thing to mention for HellRaisers is they love to stack the jungle, they love to roam early. This all facilitates to a Radiant safe lane, Skywrath Sand King duo that could just do wonders if Power Rangers don't address it directly. However, I have seen Beastmaster go into the enemy jungle a little bit aggressively, block camps with boars and with hawks, and just cause grief in general while he kind of stacks up his ancients so he can get his big things here. But all of this kind of lends its hand to kind of this aura cleave push lineup. Power Rangers seem to want to out-tempo HellRaisers, go and push down 2 or 3 towers before the Sand King gets his blink online, and with this lineup they certainly can. There is no Jakiro in the pool, but maybe it could follow through with like a Leshrac support. It's a little weird, but it definitely could work, and they certainly have a lot going for them with the auras enhancing inevitable late game carry that they'll put as their final pick.
I mean, they have the aura for movement speed for Prophet, and they have the damage aura from Vengeful, and the attack speed from Beastmaster. They got it all going for themselves right now. So, I mean, if they could get a health aura, maybe Chen next patch. There you go. Steal off the Granite Golem from the Ancients, but
so yeah, that's how Aura Cleave used to work, was you just get a Wolf Commander.
Yeah,
and you get the aura there, and yeah, you're able to go Venge, Chen, Beastmaster, and just destroy towers. That was a metagame about a year ago where that was actually a really common trifecta of heroes. But I don't feel the Chen here. Probably, like we were talking about, the Witch Doctor is really good for the push too, so I could see that coming into play. We'll see. The one thing they do want to do is make sure the Sand King is negated, and I would actually say something...
Whoa.
Oh boy.
Hello.
Oh boy. Yeah, that wasn't what I was talking about. I was thinking like a safe lane Pugna would be really good, because the Skywrath and Sand King would be unable to cast their abilities the way they want to. Sky, because he takes too much damage whenever he casts a spell to the Nether Ward, and Sand King because it puts his Blink Dagger on cooldown, which takes away the first 2 pulses of his epicenter, and that would be very frustrating to deal with. So I would say Pugna, a safe lane, would be strong, but they go with Lone Druid, and obviously the attack speed aura will help to really make that bear worthwhile.
And since, mana was added to the bear, you can use Mask of Madness, you can use a bunch of other items. He can Mjolnir himself.
Blink Desolator, Spirit Bear, too good.
Yeah. Blink Blink Force Staff Bear, sure. Catch up to people, even Blink Yule's Bear, sure. The Dazzle gets banned away. That's really no surprise. If they had Shallow Grave, that would have been really annoying to deal with. And then they take away the Zeus too, so get rid of a lot of burst. Lone Druid does suffer from the early game at least of being really low HP, and if his Zeus gets ahead, then you're going to see Lone Druid start getting two-shot before he can transform himself into the burly-esque bear. So what do the HellRaisers need for the last pick? I mean, this Phantom Assassin could go mid. I'm assuming it's going to be a safe lane PA, though. Or...
Hard to say. I mean, something that deals with the Lone Druid Bear would be really nice, but I'm not really coming up with anything that would be that direct. The Razor's not too bad, so maybe that could be an option for them. They already have a really good set of supports to control the fights, but they go for Tide to add in more control. Power Rangers here really could be benefiting from... I just had a really good idea, and I completely blanked on it now, and now I feel really bad. But it's a support... that would go well with the Venge in the early game. And...
Omni Knight.
Oh boy, oh boy.
Hey man, repel up the bear. He's good to go.
Nah, that's not bad. But there was definitely something I had in mind, and now I've completely lost it. They're probably going to pick it, and I'll be like, that was totally my idea. I guess I could do that for whatever they pick, but that's not exactly legit. Damn it. It was actually like a really well-fitting piece to this puzzle here, but...
Phoenix?
Oh well, we got the big initiators here, and they need to do something about that. We saw Silencer in a previous game that can really help against initiation, though. Shoot. Oh well, we'll see them picking up in 15 seconds here. Wraith King, it was not the hero pick that I was thinking of.
Aura. Okay.
Hell, you could go for a level 1 Roche with this if you really wanted to. Like, you have so much potential to single target focus something, but it's interesting because I think that's a support Beastmaster. Dit Your Raw plays cores, Cheshire Cat as well, so. I do believe that with that pickup, Beastmaster is relegated to support, which, like I said, I've seen it work, but I've never felt like it was the reason that a team won the game. So we'll see if maybe J4 can turn that perspective around a little bit. He obviously has a lot of potential early game with his ability to control the enemy. The big thing here is Call of the Wild level 2 when you get that boar up. Next patch it'll be Call of the Wild level 1. It still gives you a significantly weaker boar with only like 200 HP, but the bottom line is he can jungle with his axes with his piercing damage boar, and of course he adds to the push with the aura. So we'll see how involved he can get early on as they make their way to very mildly confront. Got him.
I mean, goddamn, man, he just drops the ward right in front of them. They didn't really act fast enough, but they will clear that, which is pretty nice for them. And pretty effective value of that sentry ward early on, at least.
So this is lane configuration, the only way that I think Lone Druid can work in this patch. We'll see if he's a little bit stronger next patch with a few tweaks here and there, but I think safe lane solo Spirit Bear is the way to go. You get the aggro tryout, you can put out some real pressure against whoever's farming the safe lane. In this case, it looks to be Gorek on the Doom. And, yeah, you try to just kind of build momentum from there.
He's got the, like, red panda skin, but, alright, so early wards coming out already. The side of Power Rangers, if you don't know who they are, we're going to introduce them. Cheshire Cat will be playing your Lone Druid in the off lane. Playing the carry, Dit Your Raw on the Wraith King. Supporting him up will be Saneko. Joining him in that supporting role will be J4. And then up in mid will be Shoshlo to see if he could combat the mid PA. Oh, no, it's not mid PA, it's mid Tide? Yeah, mid-tide from Afo Ninja.
Yep, so they're going to send the PA up to the top lane here. Arts is going to be running on your PA there alongside Dread Skywrath Mage. So it's a duo off lane of sorts that should be able to deal with this bear. It's essentially 2v2, but the early magical damage resistance of the bear isn't that substantial, so you might be able to take him down pretty easily. Either way, Afo Ninja is your Tide on the mid lane here, going toe-to-toe with Shotslow. He should have a pretty rough time of it. Like, he's great against melee heroes, but up against a Death Prophet, not that great. He can get the bottle, but I don't think he'll have much room control. Either way, we're going to see down towards the bottom, Gorek's Boots First Doom is going to start mostly in the jungle here. He's actually, like, stacking camps for himself and stuff like that. Maybe he gets a Wild Wing, and that'll be fine. But that would leave essentially... yeah, got him as a solo Sand King, since obviously the Skywrath is up top. Still, they've got Tangos, they've got Down Holy Aura for HP regen. They just have to watch out for this multi-stun combo.
Yeah, I mean, if they get chain stun together, that's pretty much it for them. But, you know, I still am excited to see when PR group, because if they actually do get early points in the Vampiric Aura, if they get the other points in the Damage Aura, and then the Attack Speed Aura, I mean, like, their composition to push, taking early Roshan, it's literally unlimited. So
yeah,
We'll see.
And that oh, Gotham actually finds an opportunity here, gets a burst strike right onto Snako. They go for the Hadouken, they get the right-click kill, and that's a first blood going both ways. Split 368 between Gorek and Gotham. So really nice start for them. And at this point, Senkin can just go in, stack this camp here in the central part of the jungle. Actually, loses out on the Satyr that was devoured, but otherwise he'll be able to, at level 3, clear these camps out very nicely, and that's going to put him towards an early Blink Dagger.
So let's see what the rune is. Down bottom, it'll be the bounty. Up top, it'll be regen. And they'll get respectively taken up by their Power Ranger counterparts. The bottle should be out there for shots early, too. No, it's not yet. Okay. So they'll just take the regen rune and be happy in lane. How is said Spirit Bear doing? Looks like... he's doing okay for a 2 versus 2, considering. He's not losing out on too much.
Yeah, generally speaking, you can micro this so that you can always like simultaneously land your attacks, get last hits and denies, maybe 2 at the same time. But the bottom line is he has to play very smart with this these first 2 bears. Like he can't just lose them, otherwise he's completely taken out of the lane, and it gets very unfortunate. But as it stands right now, if he gets an Orb of Venom up on the Spirit Bear, he should be able to do what he needs to harass back the Skywrath, who already is low armor, and next patch will be even lower. Down bottom, though, the Doom gets stunned up. Pretty easy combo there. They get the Vengeance Aura and the crit on Wraith King. They get both stuns out, and it only takes 1 crit to bring down the Doom.
Jeez. So, alrighty, he's feeling the pain, but he got early Tranquil Boots, too, so he won't have to worry about that ever again. So just get bursted out, go back, heal up, and he should be okay. But Dityara, definitely happy that he got that kill with the Vengeful Spirit, and I mean it's a pretty good position for them, despite Gotham like absolutely getting first blood in a really timely fashion, and he's even going to clear out a ward that's blocking their camp too, which is pretty nice.
Still not seen much from J4 just yet. The Hawk can scout, but hasn't really been deployed. He's just kind of doing the pulling thing, getting early experience for himself. He'll get boots up and see where he can go from there. Down bottom again, they're going on to the Doom here. They already we're looking for 1 stun, but I don't think Wraith King has enough mana just yet. The Basilius is going to have to build it up a little bit over time, but I mean, when you're a hero with only 24 intelligence, the Basilius actually helps out your mana regen a ton, so very nice to get that out this early, and they should be able to at least force the Doom off the lane multiple times, though getting a kill is another story.
Yeah, getting a kill is going to be pretty hard on the Doom, especially with the level 2 Scorched Earth, and I'm assuming he's going to get level 3 Devour, so that level 2 Scorched Earth is going to stay there for a little bit. The PA in top picks up Phase Boots, so we're not going to see any treads or anything like that, and he's going to give up a little bit of attack speed for that, but, you know, coup de grace damage, who cares? You got some extra damage from Phase Boots on top of that. And the mid matchup is really no surprise. Alpha Ninja, he's keeping up, though, which is really important for the Tidehunter.
Yep, just pretty much even there. The CS, so I would say 6 denies could equate 1 offensive CS, but end of the day, Shot Slow is still going to be able to do more with it earlier, most likely. Oh, the Lone Druid actually being dived in, and he can't get the return off to body block Arts.
Axes from downtown. No, Dread's able to get out of there. The boots first, man, paying off.
Yeah. I mean, he could have actually like cut down the tree line here with the axes. Tried to use the Lone Druid to escape. And yeah, he's just going to go ahead and suicide to the neutrals here. So he will be able to get all his items as quickly as he needs to. But yeah, the Cheshire Cat doesn't go for the return play on the bear to body block in the PA. They also don't break down the tree line, so he can't escape that one. So like the kills prior to this were kind of just like situational. This I feel like is something that could have been avoided.
Yep, and the haste acted from Afo, but you know, he doesn't have enough mana for Ravage. He just keeps on using the Anchor Smash, and in the next patch, they're going to lower the damage in Ravage early, I believe, so he's not going to be as effective with that early on.
But yeah. Gotham is going to be farming up towards level 5 very quickly. He should be about 4.5 by the end of this triple stack, and that's going to be really nice for him to build up towards the Blink Dagger, as mentioned. That's really the way that they can stop this aggressive push. The Exorcism is already skilled up by Shot Slow, but we're probably not going to see it for a while. The mana dependency here, it's going to make it very difficult, but yeah, it's a 3-0-3-1 build from Shashla. Anyways, picking up the DD Rune bottle here as Saneko covers it up, and yeah, it's going to be the bounty rune for Tide, so they're both sustaining quite well, and the Ravage is available if they want to try to get that second kill in Cheshire. His bear is on cooldown for 100 seconds here, and he has no vision of the Tide forthcoming. They could commit the Ravage, and it would be absolutely worth it.
And he's going to try to morph in front of them, too, to try to get that extra HP. He uses his stick charges. He's just dead. They don't even need to commit Ravage. Just Anchor Smash is enough to take him down.
Yeah, and they can even bottle up Arts here so he can keep staying on the lane. Doesn't need too much mana, but they do give him 2 steps just to make sure. And maybe the Arcane Boots in just a second. They'll group up together. Yeah, Arts is... Okay, misses that, but even still nearly full mana. Down bottom, it is going to be onto Doom, but he's got so much HP regen. The Scorched Earth, even with the Magic Missile coming through, it's going to be really hard to finish him off. There's the right Fire Blast, still taking some hits here. Body blocks in, he has nowhere to run. The right click's still coming, and the final Magic Missile.
His own
sounds on these
waves.
Like 4 stuns off in that one. Mid lane, there is going to be the Ravage we were talking about, but it's going to be on the Death Prophet here. So Acrobolus goes down. Her next item, most likely the Magic Wand into Yule Scepter, and that's going to be delayed as Tide gets a little bit of an edge in that 1v1.
That was so sad for... Oh man, that was so sad for the Doom. I mean, his own creep wave blocked him, it betrayed him just a bit, and he got, I guess, outplayed by his creeps, but either way, it's a big kill for PR. Dityara definitely needs to get ahead. He's
J4 takes 2 creeps from the Sand King here. He had the ward vision, so he gets half the experience, and he takes a decent chunk of gold.
Oh, nice. That's pretty good for him. He's definitely behind in the levels. Like, he is suffering on this Beastmaster right now, so he needs to get whatever he can. And so is Cheshire Cat. Like, losing the timing on the bear delays his farming quite a bit. He loses the items that he could possibly use that are on the bear too.
Yeah, I'm not sure what he has on there. Resummon comes out and it's just the boots and the stout shield. He didn't go for the Orb of Venom. He's not going to have phase boots up just yet, but you can tell he's already hurting for trying to find his place in the world. Only at 2,000 net worth, he's behind the Sand King in farm. God, I'm going to have its Blink Dagger by, I would say, the 10.5 minute mark, and the Lone Druid, I mean, he's not finding a good spot. He's not able to push the towers. He's here in the jungle, which is okay, but it's not going to be that rapid of farm. It's lucky enough that they have good lane heroes to just jump back into it. The Dityara goes up top. He can make sure that nobody gets much out of that lane, and bottom lane, I guess, is where we're going to have most of our action from the side of HellRaisers. They get the jungle for 2 heroes, actually. Anchor Smashing down some creeps, Sandstorming some creeps, and of course
some creeps.
Yeah, Doom really likes to stick to the jungle a little bit there too, so they're really just keeping control of the bottom right quadrant, and that's going to be fine for them to get their level of income they need.
Yep, and goddamn, he's on a good timing for his Blink Dagger. If he gets it just after 10 minutes, it'll be pretty good. He might actually have it with this stack. No, he won't. He'll be really close after the stack.
Yeah, very, very, very close.
Yeah, so about a sub 10-minute Blink Dagger is really, really fast, especially with how much effort he's been putting into this game too. He's already got First Blood, he's been clearing up the jungle non-stop, and he'll have it after the Satyr dies, so there we go. We're going to see some Blink Eppies coming in very, very soon.
Yeah, I think that PowerRangers are aware of how much farm he's gotten, but if they aren't, then this could be a huge unveiling. The timing is really good, and Skyth Mage is about to hit level 6. Even just a Blink Burrow Strike will be plenty to set up a Mystic Flare Ancient Seal. So I honestly think that if they just head up top, they can just kill without Epicenter, and that would put a Wraith... Well, it won't put a Wraith King ulti on cooldown because he probably wouldn't skill it in that situation.
Wow.
Yeah.
They committed Exorcism to that too. I guess they can use the duration of it to push down into the tier 1 in the bot lane.
Yep.
But there is already TP rotations coming in from teal and orange, so now is the time to reveal that Blink Dagger.
Blink Epicenter all going in right now!
Oh god, the Epicenter does get cancelled. They cancel the Blink Dagger with the Wave of Terror, so Affinage only going to get a 3-man Ravage with that, and that could have been so much worse had there not been the scouting from Vengeful Spirit there with the Wave.
That Wave of Terror change is still some BS in my mind. Getting the pure damage instead of the HP removal. All up top, we're going to see Dityara jumped on. Tons of slows coming out. 1 crit. And he is going to skill up his Reincarnate here. So he is going to think he can fight his way out of it. But if he dies twice, that's just a huge misplay to waste that Reincarnate. Still, there's the turn. There's Shot Slow with only mana for 1 Crypt Swarm, and Arts will just walk away. So
why didn't they pop the illusion?
They got the swap at least. They have the range, but not under the tower. They don't want to go.
I'm surprised Shot Slow didn't pop the illusion to just sip on the bottle to try to get another Crypt Swarm out. But
yeah, he was silenced on the tail end of it anyway, so I don't think they get it. But yeah, even with that unfortunate Epicenter, it's still PowerRangers really far behind. I mean, Dityara, obviously, we've seen him do some wonders with this Wraith King, and he does have his kind of core of Midas. Treads can go for the Blink Dagger.
Oh, he got a root on the first hit. But there's the burrow striking onto 2. Alpha Ninja's gonna be able to run away, and so is Goddamn. But that was close. Doom? No? Okay, he's not gonna do it. How broken would it be if you could devour the Spirit Bear and get the Entangle passive?
There were so many weird things that Doom could devour. Like I remember in TI1, when obviously the game was very, very new and in beta. Got him. Burst. Oh, he went for the stack. Oh, okay. I thought it was just messing around, but he really wanted to get that stack off, and he blinked and burrowed to get it. But anyways, the one thing that Doom could devour was the Beastmaster's Hawk. The Beastmaster's Hawk, and when he stood still, he could be invis. Like, he had a Shadow Amulet built into his hero against Beastmaster.
Auto?
It was really interesting.
Wave, and there you go, Crypt Swarm.
Yeah,
okay.
and get this stack most likely. Like, they can take this away.
Yeah, he's gonna even commit 6 charges to it too. Jeez, 1 Crypt Swarm is enough to clear it out.
Ziggurat will be hit by the Stifling Dagger. 1 crit coming out, no Reincarnate for him, so they cannot turn this around. And it could be just a quick kill. Anchor Smash jump in, the right click, and you get the Doom on J4. He can't defend himself. He gets crit by the Doom, and this is looking really bad for Power Rangers. They're getting run over all over the map, and the initiation is all in HellRaisers' hands. Like, Power Rangers don't really have a good way to respond to these situations. They'll find a pick-off here and there with a quick Venge stun or swap with the Beastmaster Roar. Oh, Epicenter again misses. This time it will do some damage to Cheshire Cat, but will be swapped out. Seneko is going to die, but they bring down 2 ultis for it. At least they're pushing up top. I mean, I guess it is a little bit of space for them to kill the top tower, though that was kind of slated to fall anyways.
I mean, that's just even more so in the favor of HellRaisers. I mean, the bear can't soak up Mystic Flare, so Seneko is just eating all of that. But at least he saved the potential for Cheshire Cat to not die. Like,
yeah, that would have been huge.
Keeping the lone druid alive is the big thing here right now. That's all they're focusing on. They want to keep him getting that farm, and I mean, if he goes for like a recovery minus, that'd be pretty interesting. But he's picked up the mask already, so he'll be looking for a Mask of Madness soon enough.
That's interesting. I haven't seen that actually in action, but obviously it has a lot of potential. The bear has mana, and it does not have
I really like Mask of Madness bear.
Attack modifier on the Entangling Claws, so it is definitely a viable pickup. The Vlads would be the only alternative.
God, J4, he pops the shout. He's going to try to stay alive, but no, the auto attacks are too much, and the Scorched Earth, man. Can they get a swap? It's off cooldown. Now they got to be careful with the turnaround. There's the Blink Ravaging onto 2. So much damage. Mystic Flare. Shotshell is dead. Oh, man.
They're just too good. These team fights are incredible for HellRaisers. They're getting their cooldowns off at just the right time, and I mean, this Death Prophet dying twice now it's a huge. He does finally get his Yules, but if we see more initiations like that, if we see Dooms on him, it just doesn't matter. So yeah, they're gonna go in. They're gonna take another tier 1 tower, it looks like, and even invade the enemy jungle, getting some good wards out.
Yeah, just keeping the pressure up. They knew that Diddy Rod was doing that wolf camp, and he does not have reincarnated up, so this could be just a free kill Anchor Smash, and the Dubs are gonna chase him down for that kill. Can they get it? Yes, they can. They do end up looking to see if Seneko can be dove as well. Everybody's committing to this. Goddamn. Blink. Burrow Strike. Can you get it? They're picking him out. They should be able to see Seneko. And maybe they'll just let him go. Nope, no, they won't. Alright, Goddamn's chasing him into the tree line. And gets sent up for his trouble, though. And they do end up swapping. He clears out that trees. But can he stay alive? They get the silence and the help of the exorcism from Shotshell. I'm not sure about that.
Interesting. I mean, they can obviously get 1 kill here onto the Doom.
Okay.
But even then, they need these exorcisms cooldowns to do work, and just getting 1 kill on a Doom, it's nice, but I don't think it's putting them back in the game. That's a very, very long cooldown, actually. 145 seconds, and they're not going to be able to push off of it.
I'm not sure how I feel about it, but
I mean, they get an extra kill at least. I mean, it's definitely a net gain to just sitting on the ultimate for our 2 minutes, but with HellRaisers knowing that they don't have Exorcism, and knowing that they have the Epicenter, they can just heal up and go push again. Yeah. And there's nothing that PR can do in my mind.
This is a really bad start for PR. Normally you would see them, abusing the fact that they can push really hard with the bear and the exorcism, but they just keep getting blinked on. These blink daggers from Goddamn and from Alpha Ninja just really, really snowballing.
I think they need to sneak a Roach.
Yeah.
I just, they are in such a bad position now, and they have the tools to just single target down something, so Roshan seems to be a pretty important thing, but obviously there still are ways to see and yeah, just I don't know. I guess it would be pretty apparent if they weren't defending any of their towers, which, as I mentioned, without the exorcism, are free to be pushed in by HellRaisers.
Yeah, and now with Ravage coming back up in 5 more seconds, they're going to just blink Burrow here on a J4. They're just going to go straight on in despite the silences. It doesn't matter. That doesn't stop Coup de Grace. And Arts picks up that kill. Oh, man. This is a nightmare for PR.
Yeah, and they're just going to keep going. I mean, they've got the Epicenter. They've got the Ravage. There's no contest, period. Like, even if it's just Burrow Strike and Ravage, that's going to be a one fight. And Power Rangers, they can't even, like, they're not supporting the map. The Lone Druid isn't able to split push because there's no tier 1 tower down bottom. He's just farming jungle while they're losing their primary structures.
I mean, it's kind of the problem you run into when you play Lone Druid is if he's not getting farmed for the bear, then he's almost just useless. He has to just keep pushing. Oh, can he get a big Epicenter? That's a Ravage onto 4. The Epicenter with this Gyrath Mage ultimate. It's going to be a quick 2 for none. Looking for more. Can they kill Diddy Raw? Yes, they can, but that's his reincarnation coming back up. There's a buyback coming in from Shoshlo. He gets instantly Burrow Strike and just brought back down again. Oh my god, he just falls so quickly. The Doom is popped on his Diddy Raw as well. And maybe, I think PR might want to try to tap out here. They're not going to give up just yet, though. Burrow Strike coming in on the Cheshire Cat. He'll fall quickly. They're looking for more. They're going to force that forward onto the high ground at the J4. And they're just diving these barrack turrets, towers. Oh, that's a 6 for none in total for the side of HellRaisers.
It's just absolutely absurd. They're racking up thousands upon thousands of gold in advantage. The graphs are out of control now. HellRaisers, just they had the better team structure. The last pick Tide really did it for them, and there it is, the good game, well played call. It does count for the timer.
18 minutes. Oh my god.
18-minute GG. And
that's like the fastest game in SLTV, I think, or in Starladder at all.
I have seen one that was a little bit faster, honestly. It was yeah, like 3 or 4 days ago, but Helium and I were casting, and it was like I forget exactly how quick. I think it was like 13 and a half, 14 minutes there, but this is definitely fast.
You don't even have time to get a lot of fantasy points. I'm so sorry for these people, but all right, I guess that does it for us. I'm assuming that that bot should be
the next game will be starting in 40 minutes time. If he's not back, we'll try to cover. I mean, hopefully, I can't speak for you, of course, but
yeah,
we'll try to cover anything that he's unable to. But hopefully, we'll be able to switch up to the assigned streamers within this 40-minute break.
All right, so thanks for watching, guys. If you enjoyed the 18 minutes of casting from either of us,